Mr. Chung will now brief us on the current situation in Korea and give us some new insights into President-elect No's thinking about the North Korean problem. Mr. Chung.
Thank you, Ms. MacKinnon. Distinguished guests, it's a great honor to address the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum. This year's meeting is held at a time when uncertainty in the world economy and security is increasing. I hope that the Iraqi situation and North Korean nuclear problem would be resolved through international coordination. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on behalf of Mr. Roh Moo-hyun, Korean President-elect. Well, during the presidential campaign, he asked me to get more votes for him. Now, he wants me to get more foreign investments for Korea. The Korean presidential election last year was very dramatic. For the first time in our history, a president was elected free from big money. His campaign funds came mainly from millions of supporters who raised money using these piggy banks. $7 million were raised. His vision is to make Korea the economic hub of Northeast Asia. If the Trans-Korean Railroad is constructed, it can be connected Trans-Siberian and Trans-Chinese railroads. This will link Korea to Asia and Europe by land. It will reduce drastically transportation costs. We can also imagine Trans-Korean pipelines carrying natural gas to Korea and Japan. Korea grew rapidly in the past 40 years. Now, we need to enhance the quality of life. In achieving this, we will use a pragmatic approach. We will expand the role of the market while minimizing unnecessary government interventions. We will build a transparent, free, and fair market order to meet global standards. The ongoing reform drive will continue, and more efforts will be focused on areas that need further work. And to enhance business competitiveness, we will boldly correct bad practices, such as illegal inside transactions, accounting frauds, and irregular inheritance of management control. The Korean labor market has become more flexible over the years. The incoming government will endeavor to build trust between labor and management and to resolve labor disputes through dialogue. The new government will further welcome foreign investment. It aims to double the FDI ratio from current 10% by 2010. To this end, we will reduce regulations and we will create special economic zones for foreign investors. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision can be realized only when there is peace and stability. We are concerned about a series of drastic measures taken by North Korea recently. The President-elect has made it clear that nuclear development is not acceptable in Korea. At the same time, it firmly believes that the North Korean nuclear problem should be resolved peacefully through dialogue, because the consequences of the alternative are unthinkable. We will continue to urge North Korea to fully meet its obligations under international agreements using all channels of dialogue. Just 3 hours ago today, the South Korean government announced that It will send the special envoy of President Kim Dae-jung to Pyongyang. The envoy's mission will include nuclear issue. The new government will strengthen close coordination with United States and Japan and continue its cooperation with the EU, China, Russia, and the other countries for the peaceful resolution of the issue. North Korea must face up to the reality. If it continues to threaten peace, international community will not simply turn a blind eye. Time is not on North Korea's side. If North Korea gives up nuclear program and other security concerns, it will receive rewards that will surpass its own expectations. Also, we are considering a bold North Korea reconstruction plan to move toward the Korean Peninsula economic community. We will go beyond the policy of reconciliation and cooperation, move toward a policy for peace and prosperity on the Korean Peninsula. On behalf of the Korean people, I call upon the international community to fully support our peace efforts. I'd like to thank WEF for giving this opportunity to convey this message of peace and stability. For me, the name of this town stands for dialogue and vision of stability, spells out Davos. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chung. I'm wondering, in our final minutes, if perhaps you could give us a bit more insight into the latest breaking news out of Seoul and the announcement that an envoy will be going to Pyongyang. Is this a sign that North Korea's insistence that this is a bilateral matter between Washington and Pyongyang, is this a sign that insistence is breaking down and that North Korea is accepting a moderating role from South Korea?
Considering North Korea has been insisting that South Korea should stay on sideline on this matter, this is a very significant, important. Even if it will take time, but ultimately there will be a talk between Pyongyang and Washington. As a matter of process, many parties are already been involved in the communication. As you know, Australian delegation and Russian envoy has been in Pyongyang already. Our position is that North Korean problem should be solved through dialogue, bilateral and multilateral. Even though North Korea insists that direct dialogue between United States and Pyongyang should be resolved. The North Korean nuclear issue should be resolved between Pyongyang and Washington. But now they are using multilateral channels of dialogue, such as they are asking Australia or Russian envoy to convey their message to the United States. And let me say, North Korea has a reputation of being a tactical negotiator, using brinkmanship diplomacy. However, if we look at the results, time after time, they lost many chances. At the end of Clinton administration, they have a good opportunity to strike a deal with the U.S. They missed out the opportunity. After the South-North Summit, they delayed the return visit of the North Korean leader, and also they lost another chance. I hope that this time North Korea doesn't lose the right timing. Time is not on North Korea's side, is my view.
Mm-hmm. One very quick follow-up. We now have a situation, North Korea still demanding a non-aggression treaty. The United States saying we're not going to go that far. We'll give you some assurances if you scrap your nuclear program. North Korea says that's insincere. How do you get the two to meet somewhere halfway?
I have to think about why North Korea is insisting on non-aggression treaty. Their priority is survival. What they are asking for is guarantee of their regime security. I think North Korea has a misconception in this regard. Always North Korea claims that their difficulties is due to bad relations with the U.S. So if they improve the relations with the United States, they can survive and solve their difficulties. In my view, this is an illusion. The problem of North Korea lies in system itself. So even if United States gives guarantee of regime security of North Korea, that doesn't make Korean regime secure.
Thank you very much for your insights, Mr. Chung. I'm very sorry we've run out of time, but we thank you so much for coming today and providing this important view of the incoming administration.
Thanks a lot.